Well, I've put it off long enough. Time for me to do the lab again. So I gotta do the trial in this area first, and then I can go through that, and I think that the next minion that I get to have is, it'll give auras that'll make things take more damage, so that'll be worth it. I am very confused. Okay, I guess I gotta go back through other areas and look for the correct one. Ah, this is probably gonna be the one. I could have just looked it up, but I wanted to see if I could figure it out fast. It seems like the Trials of Ascendancy always take place indoors. So, and I think they always take place in a place that has a waypoint. Okay, now I should go again. Oh. Let's see, what was the time on that? I've been recording for 15 minutes. I guess that wasn't so bad. I'm gonna take a random blue gem and transfigure it. Armageddon brand. I hear a lot about brands. So maybe I had to try Armageddon brand sometime. I'll take that. And the next thing I want to get is... Do I actually? Well, I can always respec if I don't like it, so I'll just take the elemental relic that gives a random element aura, and then it explodes when it dies. The only thing that I would consider here would be this ring. I can maintain my resists even when putting that on. So, I get a little bit more cast speed out of it, and more attributes. Yeah, I'll go ahead and keep that. I know that my stash is getting kind of messy. I need to go back and clear out all the old items that I out-leveled a while back. I just haven't done that yet. Oh, wow, I'm running really low on portal scrolls. Huh. Okay, so I gotta do Queen of the Sands and Ruler of Highgate while in Act 9. Let's see, what do I want to get this time? I was working on... I think I will give myself 30% reduced extra damage from critical strikes. Can't hurt. Gotta start increasing my survivability a little bit, I think. Uh-oh. No, 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 no! Oh! That's what I get for not using Leap Slam. Yep. Shield Charge cannot get you out of those ice prisons. That's a big drawback of Shield Charge, unfortunately. Alright. Slow down a little bit, even though I don't like doing that. It's Einhar's fault. He buffs the hell out of the mobs in the area. I know that whenever I see Einhar show up in a map, I'm not about to enjoy myself. This encounter is a encounter of the Syndicate. This is one of the more needlessly complex mechanics in the whole game. So I'm not even going to attempt to explain it right now. I will make a separate video for it. The gist of it is, there's an immortal group of people who, for whatever reason, they have decided to use their valuable time as immortals to harass you, in particular. And you beat the hell out of them, and you keep executing them and taking their stuff, and they just keep coming back. And there's this whole like storyline between June and the master of the Syndicate, and I don't understand any of it. All I really know is that there is a cheat sheet that tells you what you should do with the members and why, and when you do see these encounters, you should, at least at the beginning of the league, you should do your best to do all of them on a map, because you can get veiled items that give you new crafting options. So it is a very important mechanic to engage with. The veiled items themselves are not super complex, so I'm going to talk to this guy and hope that he drops one. I'm just going to do whatever. Okay, he dropped a veiled item. And this thing, where'd it go? I just picked it up. Oh, here. You can see the weird little symbols on this thing. So that represents a hidden modifier that you have to talk to June, this woman, and you put the item in the thing, and this doesn't cost anything. You just unveil it, and then you get to choose from 3 randomly selected options, and whichever one you choose, you also learn the craft for. So I'm actually gonna... Whoa. This belt would turn... This would be a really nice belt if I wasn't already using my Stygian Vice. Wow. So now I know rank 3 of armor and energy shield for belts. And I can craft that later. Wow, it's kind of a shame that, that is a nice belt. The jewel that I have in this Stygian Vice isn't really good anyway. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to take the Vice off, and I'm going to put this new belt on. Interestingly enough. And I was saying I was going to use the Vice to like level 80. I will use the Vice again once I get a better eye jewel. Because I don't really have a good eye jewel yet. So that's why you want to wear the Vice, is to be able to put an extra jewel in it. That you know, normally you can only put jewels in the passive tree. So having an extra slot on the belt is really useful. But for my purposes right now, the Vice is not actually the best choice. This new, surprisingly powerful belt that I just got is really nice. That boosted my resist like crazy. That's going to be nice for when I do the end of the storyline, because I'm going to lose another 30% resistances. But yeah, go ahead and do the syndicate encounters, even if you don't understand them. Just, you know, when you're given the option to execute or bargain or whatever with somebody, at first it probably doesn't really matter that much. All you really care about is just killing them and doing the thing, and then they might drop a veiled item. I don't think that it changes the chances of them dropping an item to, like, do anything in particular. They seem to have a roughly equal chance of dropping the item whether you execute them or interrogate them or bargain with them or whatever. So just do whatever to them. I will do my best to explain the Syndicate in a later video, but that is certainly not for today. It is almost comically complex for what it is. I have to admire Grinding Gear Games for kind of being very good at taking this action RPG and implementing mini-games that nobody asked for. But once you kind of start to get to know the mini-games, they are kind of cool. I do like them a lot. But attempting to explain them is very difficult. So... I think my favorite one right now is actually Blight. It's a tower defense game that they put in this game. It's such an odd idea to put a tower defense game in an ARPG, but they made it work, and I'm rather fond of the way they implemented it, so I can't complain. Maybe other people can, but I think it's cool. But it does make the game a lot more daunting for newer players. That is a nice necklace. I get a ton of dexterity from it. Hey, it's got 3 suffixes. I can't put any resistances on it. But I might not need to. Oh, I just lost too much strength. Uh. Yeah, everything has too many suffixes for me to put any strength on it. Actually, I could put it on my helmet. Okay, I had to do some crazy stuff with my crafting there. So, the problem was that when I changed my necklace, I lost too much strength and half of my equipment became unusable. So, I found that most of my stuff had all suffixes used up, so I couldn't put strength on it, except my helmet. I put some strength on my helmet, but it wasn't enough still. So, I changed my gloves. Unfortunately, I was not able to get the 4 blue sockets I wanted. And I ran out of chromatic orbs, so I couldn't try to change anything else to fit the 4 blue gems that I had. That was where I had my summon raging spirits. What I had to do was I had to actually use an orb of fusing to set up 3 links on a wand. I used an orb of alchemy to make this wand, and I actually had to replace my wand. My other wand was better, but it didn't have the right color sockets, and I had no chromatic orbs left, so I couldn't change the colors on it. So I made this. I got the 3 links on it. I put the summon raging spirits. Unfortunately, I cannot use unleash support until I get 4 sockets again on my gloves. 4 blue sockets. So then, because I changed my gloves to something that didn't have all the suffixes filled up, I'm able to put strength on them. Well, actually, I wanted to switch to these gloves anyway, so I figured I'd just force myself to. So, I still don't have an armor and energy shield chest, though. I need one. But anyway, I was able to put strength on the gloves, and now I can actually use all of my stuff. What in the world was that? Somebody's got crazy MTX. So yeah, anyway, I did have to change my stuff around quite a bit right there. In order to support this new necklace that I put on. I wanted to put the necklace on because it's got a lot of life, and it also gives me a ton of dexterity, which means that once I get another green socket, I will be in a good place to start using the haste aura. Of course, I need to get mana reservation efficiency for that as well. But anyway, if you want to take a look at my gear as it is right now, I will scroll through all of it. Go ahead and pause on anything you want to see. My boots have my flesh offering and determination in them. I've got rings that... the rings aren't super great. I'm mostly just using them for resistances, which is, you know, kind of what you're meant to do anyway. But, you know, I wish that they had better alternate stats on them. But here's my chest plate. It's got Leap Slam, which I don't even use anymore. I should probably take that out because... yeah, I'll just take it out. Because if I was in a situation where I desperately had to use it, it would be too late to use it anyway by switching to my other weapon. So, it don't matter. I'll take Leap Slam out. That's one less socket I have to keep full. So, I've also got Raised Spectre, and I've got some minion damage for that Spectre in the chest. The other 2 sockets are unused, kind of unfortunately. Here's my helmet. And it has Shield Charge, minion damage, a carrion golem, and faster attacks for the shield charge. My shield has minion damage and summon skeletons. My necklace has this. And my weapon has this, and it's got minion damage, summon raging spirit, and faster casting. So that's the setup I'm running with right now. I'll put that leap slam away. Alright. Now, what do I need to do? I need to do Ruler of Highgate. Alright, gonna give myself some more life, I think. Or maybe... Is there anywhere I could just get a big amount of strength? Not really worth it. Ah, here we go. I will get this for 10% increased maximum life, 8% energy shield, and 8% chaos resist. I like chaos resist. Looked like my minion swung at me there for a second, but he was... Yeah, it was a delayed reaction. I think I'll change my power to where I can take less area damage from hits, and I get additional damage reduction while there's a boss nearby, basically. Yep, that looks good. Okay, did that. Now I'll get my passive point. And I will use that on more life. And I just realized this chestplate is 5-linked. That's an interesting problem because I really want a chestplate that is chainmail. There's one of my perks that I'm not getting any real benefit from because I don't have a chainmail chestplate. Or am I? Let's actually look at that. Equipped helmet, gloves, and boots all have... Maybe I am getting the bonus from it. Let me unequip this. Armor 3836, so... I should be losing about 400. Oh, okay. So, this chestplate is getting that bonus that I wanted. I realized after the fact that my conclusion could have been wrong there because of incoming armor from the tree, and I don't know if I had determination on it at the time, that kind of thing. So I hopped into Path of Building, and I imported my character here, and I made myself a test plate that is the heavy armor that is just armor. It doesn't have any energy shield on it. Now, potentially, this thing that doubles your armor and energy shield from equipped body armor might have been, only set to work with chainmail because it's armor and energy shield. So I wanted to know if it works with just the straight plate armor as well. And you can see in the tooltip there that it does, at least according to Path of Building. I will be losing armor if I remove this, and it does change the number over here. So it looks like that perk does work with armor that is not chainmail. Well then, in that case, I'm going to turn this thing rare and see what gets put on it. What is on my current... I got a lot of life on my current one. I don't really want to give that up if I'm changing armor, but how much armor is on this? I mean, the 5-link might be worth it. I don't even have anything to turn it into a rare. Well, the Orbitance might. Nope. Well, I'm going to have to put that away and deal with it later. I can't really take advantage of the 5 link right now anyway, not with the way my skills are set up. At most, I could, like, kind of put one minion... I could maybe put my Spectre and my Carrion Golem together on the same thing, but it wouldn't really make a difference as far as my actual damage or survivability, so I'll just go with what I got. Hello, what does this have on it? Well, I mean, it's not terrible. That might be worth doing something with later. Maybe not, because it's magic. And I would need to... I think I would need to use a Regal Orb on it, and then use a Chaos Orb on it. I couldn't just alchemy it, because I think that fractured items are a minimum of magic. You can't scour them into being a normal. What the hell? Oh, yeah. What does that mana flask have on it? That might be useful. Huh. That's interesting. 63% mana recovered, but it removes 15% of that from my life when used. That would... I'd be hurting myself quite a lot with that. This fight is gonna be interesting because I don't have the predator support, so I can't tell them to not attack the columns, and you need the columns to protect you. So I might die a few times here, and if I do, I know how I could make it so that I won't, but I don't feel like doing it. There we go. That wasn't so bad. And we are now at the beginning of Act 10. Act 9 goes pretty quick. I don't know exactly how quick I went because I kind of recorded in chunks. I had to alt-tab a few times, but I did that pretty good. If it weren't for having to do the labyrinth, that would have actually been quite a fast recording session, so that went pretty well. Make sure I have this waypoint, and tomorrow we'll do Act 10. I am a little bit worried about the state of my equipment. Yeah, I don't have any chromatic orbs. Well, I can't really use that yet. What about this? That is better than what I have, but it doesn't have the right sockets in it, so can't use that either. I'll mess with these later. Yeah, I think I'll just sell these. That might be worth using a Chaos Orb on. I'm gonna try that. Because it does have the 2 blue sockets that I would need on body armor right now. I've only got 1 Chaos Orb. Let's hope the roll is good. No life, but I did get a lot of armor and energy shield out of that. Definitely more armor than I currently have. Let's see how much of a difference it makes in my physical reduction. 4%. Is that worth it? Get a lot of extra energy shield recharge, though. I'm losing some life, but I'll go for it. And guess what? He got some pants! Everybody celebrate! The man finally has some pants! He has come all this way. He has gone on this holy crusade, and now he's finally fully dressed. We can now be proud of him. He has completed at least one stage of his crusade. But he still has to kill Katava, and he's still got a lot of mapping ahead of him, so it's not over yet. But yes, your prayers have all been answered, and now he can feel whole. So, I think that's about the end of this video, and tomorrow we will finish the main story. Thanks for watching!